credit to the defense forcing that incompletion.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
Room here to run. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 75 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. On first down, right back to Hall. Down to about the 45.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 45 on second down, Wilson. That is caught by Mims. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 23. A gain there of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Paul on a give up the middle. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
Let's go, let's go.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Quickly into the hands of Mims. Touchdown, Jets. Denzel Mims. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets are back within a score. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He's going to look deep down the field. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there as time expires in the first half. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Second and 9 now. Hawkinson crossing the middle and bringing it in. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up fourth. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
They'll look to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And it's fielded at the 34. The solid stiff arm. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. That's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And that's going to be caught downfield by Mims. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Here's a give to Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 20-yard touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best.
Down the numbers. There he goes.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A give running left. It's McCaffrey. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
103 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
2nd and 4. And my goodness, another interception. There he goes, right side. The 40. 20. 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. And that's caught inside the 30.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. This is caught. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now 1st downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Wilson. And this is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? when the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
35 yards.
And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
They'll try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Boy, a tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high, the tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to take another shot here. And that is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. Two extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Option play, here's Hall.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Throwing is Wilson. And this one is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. He's going to let it go again. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Bills are right back in this football game. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was fourth down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A handoff, McCaffrey running right.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The tackle made by Zion McCollum.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Able to avoid him at the 40. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. It's a gain of 35.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And he slides to a halt inside the 10. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Again, McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal.
On the ground, McCaffrey. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
The Bills offense staying out there as they'll line up and go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the...
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.